And since then, like, he's still managed to keep up such an impressive record with his Mega Man. He's going to be going up against Switch's Pichu. We've all seen a lot about Pichu in the past few months, just the amount of damage this character can spit out on top of its speed, and just dealing with Thunder Jolt in neutral for so many characters is really challenging, because it comes down not only at that diagonal angle, but he gets to chase it too for follow-ups if you try to block it. But Mega Man also has that ability to control that mid-range really well, thanks to Pellets, Leaf Shield, and the Metal Blade. So we'll see what Yeti can do to keep Switch out of his face.
All right, Switch early on doing an amazing job of tacking on damage to this Mega Man, sitting up right now. 60 damage on Yeti. Ooh, okay.
Yeti's not getting impatient though, right? Yeah. He just constantly goes back to the other side of the stage, just trying to get more of a feel for what Switch does. Because if you try to go too in recklessly on Pichu, then he has actually really good at a shield options. You know, he can nair, he can back air, and then set himself up, or even grab you, and then get himself Thunder off the up throw. Wow.
Right. Gosh, Mega Man having such immense kill power in this game. I feel like the biggest buff, like not even like Leaf Shield, because like Leaf Shield in Smash 4, once the leaf hits you, it disappears. So it's fine. This one, those leaves stay. I don't want to know what those leaves are made out of. Like they came from a sequoia tree or something. But
Woodman found himself some upgrades. That's all I know.
The fair from Mega Man being so strong, and then I think it's only 1 frame slower than back air.
Wow.
Yeah.
It covers, like, the fact that it's a kill move now, and it also covers, it works as like an air-to-air, and also calling out just the opponent, you know, on the ground if they're just running at you.
Yeah.
And being able to beat out people jumping out of shield is so good in this game. There we go, though.
Then he get hit by the forward smash. I mean, he was sitting at higher percents. He's already got Pichu at 85 damage, so it was definitely a risk that he was okay taking right there in that situation.
No, the tech on the platform is a really big deal. That's the danger. You never want to jump out of air shooter.
So he's not from Minnesota, is all I know, because he jumped out of the tornado.
Yeah, that's like the first lesson you learn against Mega Man. Because it feels terrible when you're getting hit by that. It's like, if I just can move out of it, then I'll stop taking damage.
All right, so right now we got these guys playing around in neutral. Yeti's got Pichu off of the stage. Seems to be one of the issues that he's having here in this matchup is making it back to the stage safely here versus this Mega Man.
It's challenging because like Pichu has a really good edge guarding recovery because it goes so far, but the downside is because it has no active hitbox. Oh, calling out the neutral tech. Yeti with the next Shoryu, pulling it all together. But yeah, because you don't have any hitbox and it's not invincible, Mega Man has so many different projectiles he can toss out, or the forward air and back air like we were saying earlier, that can cover so many potential angles. And then at worst, like he can then cover your landing and just like call out like your tech in place, or you know, with the up tilt right afterwards too. Or if it's just an up smash or a down smash to cover as much stage as possible.
He started off that first game really strong, really up in Mega Man's face, tacked on a good 60 damage. And then as the match went on, I'm not sure if it's that he wasn't as aggressive, or maybe Yeti did a better job of keeping him out.
I think it was Yeti was doing a better job with the zoning, because that's something that we see a lot when it comes to top players, especially when they're playing like in the early rounds of the tournament, is at the very beginning, they're not sure exactly how good their opponent is. So like the first stock is them assessing their opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and then from there, you start seeing them take control of the game. Because you can't play all skill level opponents the same way, because different people, like, you know, a low level opponent will just toss out like endless hitboxes. They're just like, all right, bait and punish. But like somebody else who's like more of a mid level, like we tend to play a little bit more conservatively because we don't want to get punished. So then you have to go up there and bait them out and actually get grabs and stuff instead.
I definitely feel everything that you just said there, because you'll have people all the time just say, oh my gosh, you know, they're so bad they kept doing this, this, and that. And I'm just like, well, it was working versus you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the catch. You don't get to say I was playing too smart. It's like there's only you were adapting or you weren't. That's all there is. But right now, Switch going and showing off his counter adaptation, keeping keeping himself at even percents with Yeti.
And then now we see Yeti abusing Pichu's recovery with the down tilt there from Mega Man.
And that was a good adjustment by Switch, right? He knew that kept coming out, so he just went for a high recovery with agility, and it was so far in, he would survive, but not going to survive that stage spike.
All right, but Mega Man sitting at 137 damage. Of course, he's very close to dying here from Pichu.
And you'll notice Yeti's actually consciously staying very airborne now in the neutral, and that's because of the Thunder Jolt pressure that's along the ground. He knows at this point, Switch can probably hit him with a Jolt and like run up an F-tilt and kill him. So he's making sure to make that as hard as possible.
anti-forward tilt kill. And this is like one of those times where you got to find another way to get a kill.
You got to take what your opponent gives you.
You know he keeps jumping. You need to get in the air, hit him with a fair.
Or like even maybe like the very last hit of back air so he can't SDI out.
Yeah. You hit with the Metal Blade. And what was a close game seems to be getting away from Switch just because he can't find a kill move here on this Mega Man.
160, like if you're able to live at 170 against Pichu, you are getting so much value.
Oh yeah.
Because while that's happening, you know, all these trades are coming together. So even if Yeti dies, he comes down with invincibility, he can line up a single kill move and just like take out Switch's next stock immediately.
Got Pichu off the stage, hit him with the Metal Blade.
That was a really great tech by Switch, but he gets called out on stage, and now Yeti is just riding all of this momentum. At this point, I really wouldn't be surprised if he just, at like around 40-50%, just looks for an up tilt.
Especially sitting with the amount of rage that he has right now. Shout out to the spot dodge.
Oh, shout out to that parry.
Just looks so smooth.
Switch now just jumping with those drills, trying to control the airspace a little bit better.
Playing with his Metal Blade here.
I mean, it's working. He's juggling it, and Yeti's finding ever more damage on Switch. And with all the rage he's built up as well, and with Pichu being that lightest character, he can walk away with a 3-stock at this point. This is well beyond death percent.
All right, he gets the parry, gets a grab, tosses Pichu off stage once again. All right, he's looking for the down tilt at the ledge. All right, so he's going to down tilt into the forward smash. Yeti is known to be a big, like he is known to be a big memer, so if he's up on somebody and if he thinks the guy can take it, he will just throw stuff at them. I've watched him and Swag numerous times. Like they'll be in a 2